In this lesson, I will show you how you can create linear or rectangular patterns of 3D solid objects in Solidworks. You can create linear or rectangular patterns using the Linear Pattern tool. In this way, you can create copies of a solid object quite quickly and easily. In the open document, I have created a rectangular solid object, on top of which I have also created a cylinder. Now I want to create copies of this cylinder on the top face of the rectangular solid object in such a way that the copies will form a rectangular pattern. So to do this quickly, I will activate the Linear Pattern tool, which can be found in the Features ribbon. Once I activate the tool, the Property Manager palette activates automatically. I will go to the Features and Faces area and I will activate the Features field. Now I will select the cylinder. Then I will go to the Direction 1 area and I will select the horizontal upper edge of the rectangular solid object. Then I will go to the Number of Instances field, type the number 8 and press Enter. In this way, I created 8 copies in this direction. Once I specified the number of instances, a preview appeared. In case I wish the items to be distributed in the other direction, then all I have to do is click on the Reverse Direction button. Notice that the preview changed. Since this is not the desired result in this example, I will restore the original direction. Now I will specify the distance between two copies to 12 mm. So I will go to the Distance 1 field, I will type the number 12 and I will press Enter. Notice that the preview changed accordingly. Now I will go to the Direction 2 area. There, I can specify the number of copies in the second direction. As you may have already guessed, specifying copies in a second direction is optional. If I wanted to create a linear pattern, the Direction 2 options would not be needed. Since I want to create a rectangular pattern, I will activate the Direction 2 field and I will select the top vertical edge of the solid object. Then I will type the number 4 in the Number of Instances field and I will press Enter. If I look at the preview, I can see that the copies appeared in the wrong direction. So to fix that, I will click on the Reverse Direction button. Next, I will specify the distance between the copies in the Distance 2 field. I will type the number 12 and I will press Enter. At this point, I should mention that in both Direction 1 and Direction 2, the Spaces and Instances option have to be active in order for the Distance and Number of Instances fields to appear. An interesting option is the Instances to Skip option, which can be found at the bottom of the Property Manager palette. I will click on the arrow to expand the options and activate the Instances to Skip field. Notice that once I do, a dot appears in each cylinder of the pattern. If I click on one of these dots, the corresponding copy will disappear. To make the copy reappear, I simply have to click on the dot again. In this example, I won't remove any of the copies of the pattern. So I will click on the check mark to finally create the rectangular pattern. This feature appears in the Feature Manager design tree and I can click on it and select Edit Feature if I want to edit it again. Now it's time to create your own linear and rectangular patterns using the Linear Pattern tool.